just in an initial phase. So, uh, you know, I used to go to cyber cafes and all to take printouts and uh, otherwise astronomical stuff. In today's era, we have online era. We can ask Google and it answers back. So, but in the year 90s or early 2000, before 2005, it was not there. So it was very difficult for me. I used to join some local science centers, science cities, and all. Some professors, good people. So that way I started journey. I bought a small binocular, then a telescope, then a recent a new upgradation to my telescope there. And after 2010, I started in journey for photography. uh, I had a basic camera. I used to wonder, will this camera work or not? But uh, I used that basic camera for almost 8 9 years, and so that way I started.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So learning from yourself or just help of this someone.
Yeah, I learned from myself only.
Yeah.
The photography I learned on my own. Otherwise, astronomy, sky gazing,
Hmm.
identifying the constellations, and understanding the position of the objects, I
Hmm.
learned from many the astronomy gurus. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So fantastic, sir. So it's from our side. So we can start
Yeah.
our session today. So now screen is yours, sir. You can share your screen.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, is it visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yeah, yeah. If anyone is having problem in English or Hindi, I can. I'm all three languages. I'm okay with Gujarati, Hindi, English. So please interrupt
Yeah.
if I'm going too fast or too slow. Yeah. So, uh, our this workshop has divided it into two parts. Like today, we will discuss on star trails and Milky Way Galaxy and the celestial sphere also. And tomorrow we will learn about planetary imaging and deep sky objects, how to catch them. And okay, so the first interesting one I will start with, that is star trails photography. You know, the trails of the stars, the motion of the sky we catch, like the picture is in the background. Okay, so by the way, this is my Instagram ID. You can search me on Instagram. This one. Okay. So star trails. First of all, there are what types of photography uh, for night sky we have. So one is nightscapes. I mean, you just take a good nightscape with a good foreground. You know. Then star trails comes. Then deep sky objects that we'll discuss tomorrow. Planetary imaging, capturing planets. Time lapse photography. I will link time lapse photography with star trails because they are just there is small difference between them. And Milky Way I'm not covered. Okay, so we will discuss about what is star trails, why do we record star trails, basic concepts, and what will be the camera settings, equipments and accessories we need, and how to capture them, and softwares involved, and post processing also. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, what is star trails? So by definition, it is just a long exposure of uh, the in the camera, which to capture the apparent motion of the stars in the sky due to rotation of the Earth. So we all know Earth spins on its axis. So when it is spinning, uh, the night sky uh, rises from east and sets into west. So the Earth rotates in opposite way, that is west to east, right? So we see things coming from east and sets in west. I hope it's not confusing. Okay, so I don't have a camera, right? Okay, and I'm watching the night sky. The star is rising in the east horizon. The bright star, say Sirius, that is Vyad Katara. So if I'm watching Sirius star at 7 p.m. in the evening, okay, and At 8 p.m. it will be just above the horizon. At maybe say 11 p.m. it will be over, half of the 45 degree. And in the midnight it will be overhead, so like it moves. So when I put my camera shutter open for hours and hours, it captures all the information what is there in the sky. Okay, it is say like stars, say like if the aeroplane is passing into my frame, it will also capture that. Say if meteor falls on the day of any meteor shower, it also captures that only. So whatever there, if someone fires the crackers, it will also capture. So it's kind of long exposure photography. Okay, so but you will see one thing in Startrails photography. Uh, this point is important. Different patterns in different directions. Okay, you will see the circumpolar star trails. Stars revolving around. Just like a circles, small circle, big circle, another. So that circumpolar pattern will appear in only north direction for our northern hemisphere people. Okay, if you go to okay, I will check my pointer option. Yeah, this is okay. Okay, so this is the north direction I have marked up. This one, yeah. If you go to east, this is east. This frame is of the east portion. It will look like straight. The stars are just slant, but it looks straight. In the southern, if you capture this in the south direction, it will look like arcs. It will not have any star in the middle of the just what you saw in this north direction, because this is north star. The south star is uh, we don't for the northern hemisphere people cannot see the south star. It is below the equator. So southern hemisphere people like Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, they can see it. Okay, and if you go to west direction, west and east are almost same, just the slant lines in the opposite direction, right? So different motion for northern and southern observers, mirrored stars. What I see the Orion, the way I see it from the northern hemisphere, I will see its mirror image in the from the southern hemisphere. So like that. Apply your innovative ideas with foreground. Okay, that I'll cover later on. Okay, why star trails? Okay, why do we capture star trails? So it's first of all it is science involved and art. It is there, and we capture it by technology. So technology is also involved. Then recording celestial events like meteor shower, eclipses, lunar and solar eclipses both, comet. Any astronomical event we can record it using this star trails method. I mean, long exposure, back to back time lapse method. Uh, we see Earth is rotating on its axis. We can also capture conjunctions of the planets. I mean, uh, in 2021, uh, sorry, 2020, there were two Saturn and Mars conjunction, Saturn and Jupiter, sorry, by half degree only. You must have seen it, right? Right? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I asked because I hope I'm audible. Otherwise, okay, good. Conjunctions, sequence of events. Okay, all right, meteor showers, recording and explore the night sky. I mean, one who is passionate like me. Many of us are hobbyists. So as a hobbyist, it's good to record our own things, in our own way, and to make the story out of it, like you can see on my Instagram page, or I will explain also. You find a story behind every picture. Every picture has taken in some other, they have some limelight. The location and elements like you see in this photo. I mean, if the photographer might they might want he might want to capture only sky, but he has covered so many elements like radio telescope, the uh, the foreground part, this one, this land part, and so you can add more elements, human elements also. You can see the composition wise, and the lighting. Yeah, lighting is also important, but lighting doesn't come on the full moon day. So you'll have to choose uh, no moon day, around no moon days. Okay, so here most of the people are curious about what settings I use for the star trails photography. So, like this is a snapshot of a Canon camera. Like some of you might having Sony or Nikon, but it almost looks like this. I use Canon, so I have captured this. Okay, so you will see first is this figure, that is manual mode. You have to put your camera in manual mode. And from where does we access that? It access from this dial, like on the camera. Even the point and shoot cameras also have this option. So choose this option, manual mode. Okay, and okay, now this is the second one is shutter speed. You will have to keep your shutter speed as low as possible. I mean, normally for the daylight we capture one by, 1/1000, 1/2000, etc. But for night sky, low light condition, you'll have to keep it low. Because why? Because we want to shoot in the dark environment. So the dark environment needs more photons to enter in your camera sensor and record whatever the things are there. So for that, you need to open the camera shutter for longer period of time, right? So for longer period of time, you need to have below like 1 second, 2 second to 30 second to hours, whatever. Okay, the third thing is aperture. This is also important. What is camera aperture? Uh, the lens, the shutter of your camera, is it wider or it is narrower? So the unit of wider or narrower is aperture, like f5.6, and this is normal. This is wider, and if I say f11, so that it becomes narrower. Okay, if I say f32, it becomes more narrower. Narrower uh, sharpens your the long distance. I mean, what I say, the hyperfocal length. From the closer objects to the remote objects. Then fourth thing is ISO. ISO is unit of your camera sensor, how sensitive it is to the external light. Okay, so like you say ISO 100 is darker pictures, and ISO 3200 is a brighter ones. And one more thing, lesser the ISO, lesser the noise in your camera. You mean, you understand noise. Noise is not like we speak, that is, but what image has inside its small pixels, pixel noise I'm talking about. And pixel noise, like you say, if you must be having some any other good phones, but when you camera zoom in your camera in your phone, it resolution gets de- deteriorated. So that is what it creates noise. Okay. And one more thing, yeah, this is the most important thing for star trails. This is a continuous mode. Okay, you will see these options like single shot, timer, continuous shot. So you select continuous in your camera, and this most some people use JPG format, some people use raw format, whatever you want. But raw will you know eat your memory card. I mean, it will consume your memory card in a larger way. So keep you for starters, JPEG is enough. Like, okay, yeah. If you have any question, you can in between intervene. Okay, and yeah, I forgot one thing. Okay, so like in camera, the last option, this option is for 10 shots timer. I mean, it will capture 10 photographs only, but in a timer, with a timer. Okay, so like some people say I don't have the intervalometer, I like the remote shutter, they can use this option uh, for the initial purpose. And now how to capture? So camera, you need a DSLR, or you have point and shoot, you can shoot. You have mobile phones. They are good for mobile phones nowadays. Lens, what lens you need? So for starters, like wide angle is more preferred. Okay, and I have special 11 mm fisheye lens for wide angle lens. But for those you are having kit lens, they can use at 18 mm and all. Tripod, we need a heavy, good, sturdy tripod. Aperture, as I said, we need to keep wider. Okay, because uh, but if you live in a city, let's say like Ahmedabad, Delhi, Mumbai, then heavy light pollution, it will bright, more light will come into your camera if the aperture is wider. So you can just increase little bit, like say 3.5 to 5 or 6, something like that. Focal length, wider focal length. Focal length means the lens focal length. That means fisheye, it is 11 mm, say 18 to 55, it is 18 mm. So that this, keep it as wide as you can. ISO, you can set as, because depends on light pollution. Say like what I said, in if you live in city, and you want to capture the star trails, uh, you have to just decrease them to say 800 or 400. But if you are in a excellent clear sky, like Sasangir or say Ladakh, say Kutch, so you can keep higher, like 3200 and all. Yeah. And yeah, one more thing. Uh, uh, if you increase your ISO, the star colors, you will lose star colors. Stars have colors. When you see them, you zoom in the image. Like some stars are yellow, red, white, blue. So if you keep ISO higher, you will lose star color. So not should not go beyond 1600. Shutter speed, because we want to capture this star trails, shutter speed is 20 to 30 second is recommended, not above 30 second. Yes, this is image stabilizer, or if you have Canon, it is IS. If you have Nikon, it is VR, that is vibration detection. To turn it off, because you are using a tripod. Using on a tripod, you don't need to turn them on. Otherwise, camera will figure out that I am on some in some hands, and it will use the stabilizer, and your image will become. I will show you how it will become in next slide. Okay, methods, you can use continuous start rails, say for 2 hours, 3 hours. Discrete timer, uh, if you want to say capture the eclipse every 5 minutes, so you should have this device. This is called intervalometer or remote shutter release button. Okay, you can use this, and you just set timer that I want 50 photographs every 5 minutes interval. So it will capture for uh, whatever time you want. And so HDR merged. Okay, if you want to capture panorama, I'll show you vertonama also, vertical image. Yeah, accessories you need: shutter release remote. It this costs, I think, 800 to 1200 rupees in Amazon. I have this. uh, but make sure that your model number set suits to your camera number. I mean, you choose as per your camera. Some shutter release don't work at all for certain camera models. Yeah, so there is difference between shutter release remote. It is only a shutter. It clicks it, and uh, it stops. And intervalometer, you have a display on it, like how many time intervals, how many photographs, like that. And you need a good torch. Portable heater we need if we are in say colder regions. Otherwise, the fog will hamper on your lenses. Okay, camera settings. Okay, why fixed tripod? Because I have seen wind velocity affects your photographs, so you need a good sturdy tripod. If you don't have you if you have a simple tripod, there should be a hook in every tripod at the bottom of the tripod, so you can just put some weight, some good heavy stone onto that, so it will become sturdy. That is what I used to do in early. Yeah. Manual focus, yeah. How to focus uh, your camera, because you are in dark sky, you can't see your colleague's face. So how will you shoot in the night sky? I mean, how will you set up the camera? So first and foremost is to focus the stars. So in night sky, you focus on any bright star you can see, or any remote street light or remote light, whatever, at longer distance. You just focus them up in your camera. Put your camera in manual focus mode, or some latest lenses have infinity option in them. So you can just set infinity and you will get automatically focus. Okay, I discuss wide aperture, longer shutter. Okay, if you are using a full frame camera, there's a rule. Uh, After what time the uh, trails will start in your image? So 600 divided by focal length. If you are using, say, crop sensor, like most of us are using this crop frame camera, 500 divided by focal length. So say 500 divided by, say, I say 11 mm. I have 11 lens, so it will come out to be some 35-40 seconds. So for 35 second, in my image, the stars will stay at pointed stars. After 35 seconds, it will start trailing. Okay. Okay. Higher ISO, greater noise. So don't keep ISO too much, like above 3200, or 1600 is good. Okay. White balance. Uh, you can set an auto, whatever it is. I mean, just leave it what is there in your camera, or otherwise you can shoot in raw if you want. Raw has so many options when you post process it. Self timer in, okay, composition frame. Okay, when you compose the image, just don't capture the sky only. I mean, this sky is always going to be there, but use some, like, this foreground, the tree, the lights, the river, water, mountains, so that add your element. So it'll, aesthetically it will become good. Yes, good going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Because I'm sharing my screen, I can't see what is there in the
Yeah.
chat. Yeah. So camera settings. Okay. Mm, like, yeah, yes. The If I capture image for 2 seconds, okay, so you can see the noise, color noise and all. If I capture for 4 seconds, so the noise have slightly improved. And for 8 seconds, it's, so see, there is no noise. I mean, so this means you need to have a perfect camera settings to get rid of noise, otherwise your image will not look nice. Yeah. And the same is the case for aperture. See, this is 5.6. It looks, clumsy. At 4 it looks okay, okay, and at 2.8 it looks more better. So you need to have two tests, that is shutter speeds test and aperture test, before you capture the photographs. Yeah, and the ISO also. At 6400, you see the image has overexposed. At ISO 100, you see image is underexposed. So you need to be optimum. I mean, 1800 to 1600 is good. Yeah. Okay, stars with motion. Okay, how do we do that? Okay, so softwares, there are multiple softwares available freely on internet. You can use Startrails, you can use this Photoshop Action, you can use this Star Stacks. Okay, Adobe Photoshop is this one. uh, Startrails 6.0. It is this one. Sorry, this one, and Startrails.exe. This one. Yeah. You can use any, but I use Star Stacks, the second one. It it's very handy. I will show you how to use that. Okay. Now I will quickly go to the post processing. Uh, I will share my entire screen. Let me know it becomes visible. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Is it visible? You can see some this one.
Yes, the pictures and
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good.
yeah.
Okay. So here is uh, a snapshot of the Star Stacks software. Okay, you can note down somewhere else, so you can just if you forgot, this name is typical. Star Stacks point 6 is the version name. So I have this photographs captured. You can see this. Okay, yeah, you can see. Yes, the photograph.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so this is a statue, Shankar Bhagwan statue. You can see the background stars. This was a really dark place. You can see the bike, the light of a bike moving, a two wheeler moving uh, behind the scenes. Just like it went. So you see this is light painting. Okay, so you can see the Saptarishi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So just to know you. And where is the pole star? Pole star is if you draw the straight line of these two stars here. This one. This is a pole star. Okay. Now I have so many photographs. I will load them onto the software. See, I'm dragging in and dropping out here. You can see now, and I will start processing. Okay, you just observe slowly the star trails pattern will come out. See, I'm starting. Okay, I clicked it. Now you can see each photograph is merging. They all are merging together. Yeah, now we can see the circumpolar pattern is being formed. Yeah, the software, you can see the progress here, blending lighten. This is a progress. So if you have more photographs, the star trails will become more aesthetically good. So always more data is always good. Just like this is just sample to show you because it takes a lot of time. I took only some 40 images. Yeah. So here you can see the my final picture has come out. You can see. Okay. So likewise you can and what the I'm not used here. Okay. Okay. You can see the slides. Yes. Now.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. So that software is good. You can download that. It's free available. I have learning from incident. Like I have learned from many incidents doing photographing. So if you don't use study tripod, what will happen? So you see there are some fluctuations in the trails. It's zigzagging, the zigzag motion you can see. The C1. Yeah, because my tripod was not sturdy, and for some other reason, vibrations of our movement, our fit motion, or wind, or some loose boltings in your tripod, it will carry, it will uh, deteriorate your image. So you always use a good tripod. Okay, now ISO. If I kept ISO too much, so this is the output of higher ISO. This was my bad image, the example of bad image. This is my image here, by the way. So uh, I tried because I have added some trees. I mean, I chose that location that has trees, the old house, the rough, and the good lightings from inside houses. You can see, but I have not used the correct setting, so that led to this image. and it's example of bad image. So don't use higher ISO. Okay, now uh, shutter speed, long or short. If I have shorter shutter speed, this is the south direction. Okay, it's not circumpolar. As I told you, the south direction will have arc, in the as a pattern. So, but the settings are not good for this image. So, just showing the example. Okay, now why I am stacking the images? 30 seconds images, like I have taken 100 images for 30 seconds, so that is 300 seconds. Okay, so why not a single shot? So if someone asks me that why are you taking short pictures and then stacking it and then producing your image, why can't you take a single shot, say for 90 minutes? So initially I had that idea when I started photographing 2009, 10 something. So this is my photograph. I, I'm still laughing on myself. So I had that idea. Oh, why not I shoot for 88 minutes? So this is a single shot of 88 minutes, and see, there is nothing in the image. I mean, only the trail. This is a Venus planet. The Venus was setting in the west direction, and the rest of the image you can see the bad lighting, overexposed, some maroon color sky. So that's a so don't go above 30 seconds for the start trails. Use 30 seconds, multiple images, and then stack them. So in this image, I have daylight feeling. I don't have a control over foreground. Like it happens that it happens many times when I'm shooting the star trails that some person starts his mobile phone torch, or some car passes by the car light. So if it happens, so it's only going to happen for only one image. So it's for the rest of the 99 images will be untouched. So uh, that way it will help out. Why intervalometer? Uh, because if I don't use intervalometer, I'll have to press the camera button manually, or say I'm shooting for 1 hour. So for 1 hour, 30 seconds, so 120 times, 120 times I'll have to press the shutter. That accuracy we don't have. I mean, it's so tedious. So intervalometer we use it. It does all the activities by technology, and you will get the gaps in between if I don't use the interval. See the gaps. So, okay, challenges. What are the challenges? First of all, you should have a good passion for the astronomy. You should have good planning, patience, and persistence. Because patience is very important, because your final output will only come when you process in your laptop, or in your software. I mean, so you need to have a lot of patience. What goes wrong in the field, we don't know. Bad weather is the biggest challenge I have faced, and high wind also, shaking and vibration, turning out bad images. Heavy light pollution, but if we go to the darker sky, it doesn't create any problem. Unsafe location, this is very important. So choose the location which is safe. I mean, I have seen some animal stuff, even some human stuff also. The people harass when they see us alone, or we I go with my two three friends at remote locations, at remote skies of Dwarka, say Jamnagar, say Polo Forest near Palanpur. So it's unsafe over there. So go in a group, like more than 10 people. So wetland, yeah. If the land is wet, I I'll share this incident with you. If the wet is land, what happened? Your tripod will dig into the land gradually. So I shoot it for 2 hours, and then I processed the image. I came to know that the angle of the frame is changing gradually for 2 hours. So that's the next day morning. I found out the location that, oh, the land is wet. So tripod is digging into the land gradually. So don't choose a wet land. Unwanted and unexpected lights like vehicle lights, people, torches. So stay away from that. And always choose moonless night for Startrails is a must. Otherwise, you'll not get many stars. Battery, you'll need to have battery backup, fogging, and yeah, remove UV filter. When we buy our new camera, I mean, the dealer, I mean, the shopkeeper always used to insist us to take the UV filter, but it's only useful in the daytime. In nighttime, we don't use UV filter because sun is not there in the nighttime. So, okay. Okay, now this is celestial sphere. Let me see the time, 17:44. Okay. So understand your coordinates, where you are, which is your north, which is your south. You should have understanding of directions. Which star will, I mean, which constellations are bright. You choose that constellations. Like the brightest constellation is, say, Orion, say Scorpio. So choose those constellations into your image when you are doing stargazing, star trail photography. So that will, your photograph will have more number of stars. Like in the summer sky, say the summer triangle doesn't have so many stars in it. Okay, the locate the pole star and imagine the pattern of rotation. Yes, like as I said, you need to have some imagination in your mind that if I shoot in this direction, I will have this output. Just imagine what I explained. Yeah, but if you leave, say I go to Ireland in the northern hemisphere, say I go to North Canada, say I go to England, London, it because they are located at higher latitudes, above 80, say above 80, above 75, 80. So what will happen there? Your pole star will be at your overhead, at zenith. I mean, over your head. So, uh, so choose that. Just imagine where you are located. Say like I'm in Gujarat, but for Kashmiri people or Delhi people, the pole star will be much higher than my location. So just imagine that way and frame your photograph that way. Yeah, earlier I explained in north direction you will get this type of patterns. This is the best pattern. It looks more, awesome. I would say. North is it doesn't have much good pattern. Even east, even but south has, yeah, north and south they have good pattern. South has arc pattern. This has circumpolar pattern. Okay, yeah. So choose your way that if I shoot the Polaris should be here, the as I say mountains, rivers. So choose your frame. You can, yeah. So this is the final output of what I showed you in the software. Just yeah, right. I processed that stuff. It looks beautiful to me. Our God is here, and this is a creator, and this is creation. So So these are some photographs of mine. Say this is a windmill. So the person standing over here, this not just don't consider this. It so add some elements. Yeah, this the same photograph which had a bad camera setting I showed you just now in the slide. The later day was a Diwali day, so I chose that day again. The firecrackers, the star trails, so right like that. This is the Sasan Gir jungle, the Gir forest sanctuary in Junagadh. The lions are I just kept it so to scare the people. Otherwise, everything is real. Yeah. See. The darker the sky, the more number of stars you see. The sky is full of stars. I mean, I can't see any, good gap, dark gap. The sky is full of stars. This is Mount Abu Observatory, 1.2-meter infrared telescope. That's this is me. You see, so you add the elements, the so that photo would look. Yeah, this is the scary place called uh, Gujarati. I'll say Bhoot Talabdi. That is horror place. And I used to be with my 20 friends because the place was so scary. This talab, that pond, and I told my friend to stay here uh, uh, and get this train. So, like this is this was my plan. I turned on my brake light, so the half of the image looks red and half of the image looks this light was on, and that is the headlight, the yellow, so kind of combination. So think your way. These are some good images. Okay, just for the purpose, I have the started. This is my Startrails. I use the scale here, the angle scale, and I put a line here, and I put the straight line angle. So I will get the difference is 10, 20, and 22. So this is what my coordinate is, that 22.4. So we can, my mean to say is, we can know our coordinates by doing Startails photography, at what coordinates we are, at what latitude we are located. So we can calculate from our photographs. You can also calculate from yours. Say this is Ladakh. Okay, so Ladakh is at higher latitude. It will, yeah, see the difference, 34 degree. You can calculate yours, or you can calculate from any of the photograph which is on internet, and you can tell that this photograph is taken from this latitude. Okay, now time lapse. I will talk about. I'll go very fast because I'll need to cover Milky Way also. Everything is same. I will just explain by. Okay, okay. So uh, this is a total lunar eclipse in 2018. See, the eclipse started over from here. The moon was rising, and the eclipse was about to end over here. So I use intervalometer for this. The same technique as Startrails, but use intervalometer. Say after 5 minutes, I want to capture the eclipse. So you connect your intervalometer to your camera and put a 5 minute timer in your camera. Say for 5 minutes, 14 images. So for 5 minutes, 14 images. That is 14 into 5. Some 1 hour above. So this image will come out. Okay, this is sunset. The same, I use intervalometer, but intervalometer is for the smarter way. It improves your image in smarter way. I mean, you don't have to keep spending your time clicking the camera. This is moonrise, Sharad Purnima moon in October, late October. This is also moonrise among the cotton farms. This is cotton farms. See. So at last, try to figure out the story. You need to have some good story, location, elements, and composition and lighting. Yeah. So your task is to capture star trails, whatever camera you have, point and shoot to DSLR, or if you don't have a tripod, just put it in your terrace, any chair or something, any mounting arrangement you have, and just and tag me in Instagram so that I come to know that people are enthusiastic from my workshop. Okay. Uh, if you have any question regarding Star Trails, I'm open.
So like it's amazing. So now, and from audience, you have any question, you can just turn on your mic and you can directly ask your question.
Yeah. Yeah. Or else, otherwise, I can start with. That's good. Yeah, I'm seeing some names. Rajpal ji, Akriti, Prasad. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good to see you all. Okay. I will.
Sir, I do have a question.
Yes. Yes. Sure.
For capturing star trail, can we use mobile phone, and what will be the settings for it? Like,
Unfortunately, I have never used mobile phones, and uh, but the settings you can have whatever I explained. The ISO, the aperture, whatever I said,
mhm.
you can set as per that. And I think for mobile, you should have a good stand also because mobile is lightweight, so that
Yes.
But I don't have any. I've not done it on my way. I think.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I will try today if night sky is visible
Yeah, you
I
you
will
in
can
try.
mobile.
try.
Yes.
You try and you just
Yeah,
tell me. You share with me how is
yeah, sure.
yeah. Okay. So to save time, I will start with Milky Way photography. Uh, okay, so Milky Way is a very fascinating thing. I love capturing
Excuse
Milky.
me, sir. Sorry to
Yes.
interrupt. Before you begin with Milky Way, there's a
Yeah.
question on by Saidi, and she says, "How did you get a hang of the direction in which the star trail will form?
How did you get what?
How did you like get the idea of the direction in which the star trail will form, like
Like
by
what
just
I explained, in the north it will be circumpolar, in the south it will be arc, and the east and west it will be slant, some slant star trails. So you capture that way, and uh, 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 I guarantee you, once you capture your first photograph of star trails, and you will have the idea. I mean, you'll have get more idea at what direction should I shoot. So just go trial and error and learn that way.
Sir, from Startrails, what do you exactly confer? Like what it is showing or what it is exactly?
The star trails doesn't it only shows our Earth rotation, but as a passionate photographer, photographers capture it for their passion and hobby, and for recording the celestial events also.
Okay, then how it is different from time lapse?
Time lapse, you have set a time, uh, how much lapse you want. You have to set time lapse for in time lapse, and the star trails is a continuous photography. You don't have to wait. There is no delay in between the two images, and for time lapse there is a delay between two images. Otherwise, all same.
So Startrail can be done only when it is automatic or even manual.
Star trail, if you have a remote control, it is automatic. Just set it, and 200 300 photographs you can capture.
No, can you do it manually also? No.
Yeah, manually also. But yeah, as I said, it is time consuming. I mean, but if you're able to do manually, it's well and good.
DSLR is compulsory for this.
Not compulsory. Uh, Point and shoot camera, semi DSLR are also good. But DSLR has all the options in it. So I mean, it's very handy. It's all there. Like in point and shoot, some noise issue is there and like that. But DSLR has good quality.
Generally, which DSLR is better? Which companies? I mean,
Mm, any basic DSLR you can use. Say like I talk about Canon. So Canon's basic camera is 1500D. That is 1500D. So that model is a basic model, and it is good. People are using it nicely.
okay. Generally, how much it costs? I mean,
About 30,000.
30,000. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So Milky Way, I love to capture Milky Way. It looks very nice when you are in dark sky. But the condition to see Milky Way galaxy, is to go to the very dark sky. I mean, star trails you can capture it from your balcony, city. But to see or to capture the Milky Way, you must need to go to the dark sky, which is I will show you in the next slide. So we'll talk about where do I find Milky Way. Like people many times is ask where can we see it, and where do I need to travel, equipments and softwares involved, and post processing. Okay, so we'll understand some technical things about Milky Way galaxy. This Milky Way galaxy is a barred spiral Milky Way galaxy. It looks like sticks from the top. Uh, this is the center of the Milky Way galaxy. This is the center of the Milky Way galaxy, and our solar system is here. Okay. Now, why I'm telling you this? Because to become a good astrophotographer, you need to have knowledge of astronomy also. I mean, you cannot directly jump into astrophotography or say night sky. You need to have some basic idea of what is there in the night sky. So, our Earth is here, center is here. So this means if I from the Earth, if I see in this direction, I will cover this part of the galaxy. Okay, I will see this much density of the galaxy in if I look this direction. But from the Earth, if I look back, I mean away from the galaxy, I will only cover this much I will only cover this much density. So this has got a more density. This has got a less density. So the more density area is a summer Milky Way, which is appearing in summer and which looks like which is more fascinating because it covers the center of the galaxy, which is more dense, and beyond the center of the galaxy also. I mean, it has got larger area, and this covers less area. It is called winter Milky Way. This is yeah, it appears only in winter. Like these days, in the after the evening, winter Milky Way is there near Orion, and more. If I go more specific, this is Orion arm, Orion constellation arm. I mean, so obviously it is winter Milky Way, and this is a Sagittarius arm. This one, so the Sagittarius rises in the summer. This is summer Milky Way. I'll go. Yeah, this is a summer Milky Way. Like most of the people have captured summer Milky Way. Nobody is interested or nobody is fascinated to capture winter Milky Way because it doesn't look this much dense. Okay, so but it looks this good for. I mean, it looks nice in this photograph, but can we see it the real Milky Way with naked eye like this? So answer is no. We cannot see this much better clarity Milky Way from our naked eye. But if you go to dark sky, you will see hazy yellow band of light from extending from north to south. Okay, but not which this much clarity. But if you go in, let's say Ladakh sky or Kutch sky, you can have some good, patches, the dark and the dark and the bright patches of Milky Way. Why is the reason? Because a human eye can only see the visible light, and Milky Way has all the spectrum available. So, and the spectrum we can capture in a camera in a good way. So camera can see better than our eyes. Okay. Sorry. So, and the center of our galaxy, which I showed in the previous slide, So the center of the galaxy appears to be in Sagittarius constellation as seen from Earth. Okay, it is not the actually, I mean, the real Sagittarius as a center, but the constellation uh, in the Sagittarius constellation, the Milky Way looks like as a center, in a center. Okay, so the last one, we are all moving. Like Milky Way is moving itself in the sky, in the universe. It Milky Way also spins, then comes to our solar system. Solar system is also moving ahead, and it is also spinning. The Earth is also spinning and moving together. So all we have a velocity. So we all move at 600 kilometer per second velocity. You can imagine how fast we are until we don't get dizzy. चक्कर नहीं आते हमको. Okay. Okay, so where can I see it? So install the app first, because this we live in a modern era. I mean, by theoretically, it's very difficult, like in the early days, early 90s. But we have the app. You download the app. Which app? Google Sky, Sky Safari, Stellarium, and I bet this Stellarium is very far good. You download this Stellarium, and in the settings you go to your location. In your location, you just type your city name, Ahmedabad, Rajkot. Uh, uh, know the constellations. You need to know these two constellations, Scorpius and Sagittarius, to understand the Milky Way. So from the app, you know the constellations, you know the date, rise and time of the direction from the app. Uh, okay, okay. Where do I need to travel to see the Milky Way? So this is a light pollution map. The website is this. You can type, or there is an app in Play Store called Light Pollution Map. You download that app, and it looks like this. The red regions or orange regions are heavily light polluted. The yellow is less, the green is good, and the blue is far better. So choose your city and go around the blue regions. The blue regions are dark regions. It has got dark skies. So from that, the blue regions, you can see Milky Way nicely. Blue or green. Green is also okay. So for that, you need to travel to forest, some deserts, remote outskirts from any city, some say 50, 60 kilometers from Ahmedabad, say 100 kilometers from Mumbai. You can see Milky Way. Okay, the setting is still same, what I explained in the Startrails, but only the difference comes here. You need to shoot in RAW, okay, not JPEG. I will tell you why in RAW. What you need to set. So for Milky Way, the same settings as Startrails, but without shutter remote. I mean, we don't need the intervalometer for Milky Way. But if you want to make a video out of Milky Way, so, see in YouTube, you can see time lapse video of Milky Way, with good music and good foregrounds. So for that, fully professional people, then they need this. Mm, Not bad. Okay, so consider a moon phase. Don't go on the full moon phase to the dark sky. Only go on the moonless nights. Okay. Explore the places. Know the Milky Way position in the sky. I will just go to the. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So rising Milky Way like February and April. So this is February month. So in February, and Milky Way rises at early morning in east direction. They say this is east, this is south. So in east, southeast, you can see Milky Way rising in early morning, morning sky only. Okay, like say 5 o'clock, not before 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, if you go May, June, July, then May, June, July, it will become vertical. You see, this is rising, it is horizontal. Now it is vertical, Milky Way. Okay, in May, June, July. And in September, November, October, November, it again become horizontal, but in an opposite way, that is in the west direction. Okay, going good? Yes, just asking.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is the time? I need to. Okay. Okay, so these are some photographs from of mine, of like photo stories. See, the same the same statue I showed, which Ganpati and Shankar Bhagwan. The Milky Way is rising at early morning 4:30. In this was in March month. This is a, Jayesha star called, uh, uh, I forgot the English name. Okay, this is windmill. Uh, This is Mount Abu Observatory. You see, I have got also shooting star, luckily, in the image. Here also. So see, this is horizontal. This is vertical. So this should be in May, June, July. This should be in March or February. So you can also guess the season. See, so add some good elements. See, this is a panorama of Milky Way. I'll show you how to capture that panorama. See, the clouds also adding a drastic, the dramatic, good elements in the image. The water stream, the river, this is dam, you know. Okay. So I will show you now how to process the Milky Way. Why I'm not getting out of this? Okay. So you are able to see my screen?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Okay. So say this is my first photograph, okay? The photograph of Milky Way. I'll show you four photographs. How I make panorama. You can also make using your 18 lens. This is first image, the second image, third image, fourth image. Okay, you see. So you open the Photoshop, you go to File, Automate, Photo Merge. Okay, and you browse the photographs. Sorry, just a minute. Okay, you just select all these four photographs and click OK. Now you see the Photoshop will automatically club them. Are you seeing the process? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, some few seconds. Aligning the layers. So if you're using your 18 lens or any, if you're using capturing with your phone also, you can do this. Blend selected layers based on content, creating composition. So see. Okay, can you see all? So now what I need to, the image is, like not up to you know sorry, I will blend them. I will just select them. uh, I'll show you how I, so you just stretch it, you make it better, like this way. Okay, this way. You click enter, and here it is. It looks quite good. Okay, you crop it, and it is like this. So this way you can have your own processing. Okay, and now I will show you why should we capture Milky Way in raw only. So I will show my this image. This is a raw file. CR2 is a raw file. Okay, so mm, no, not this one. Okay, this is my raw image. Can you see? Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so the raw picture is also good. Uh, you see the bright patches, dark patches over here. But to make it more uh, looks nice, I will edit it. Say I will increase the exposure. Okay, slowly I'm doing it. So this contrast, I'm just increasing the contrast. So see the difference. Increasing the contrast will make it more good. Say highlights, I decrease because I don't want highlights from the below portion, the light polluted city area is there, some 40-50 kilometer away. The shadow I can play with. You can play with all all these ones. The white, I want to increase the whiteness. See, if I choose maximum, it will blow away. So choose minimum, not sorry, optimum, this way. Black, if you want to decrease the black color, just play with it. If you want some clarity, it has got some clarity. Now comes the most important part, that is temperature. Some people shoots good photographs, but they don't understand the in an astronomical way, not astrophotographical way. I mean, a photographer wants to capture some good images, but they forget the real things, like blue Milky Way, some brown Milky Way. So Milky Way is not like that. It should be realistic. So choose a temperature in such a way that it looks realistic. You know, not much blue like this, or not much yellow like this. This sounds good. Uh, yeah. So it has not got yellow color or not a blue color. So it looks good. Okay. So this way, you can play with your image and uh, produce a good image. Uh, so here, that's all from my side. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Actually, some of the questions are in a chat box. So
Okay, let me see. I will stop sharing and go to chat. Oh, quite a few. I normally don't go for directions, but looking at the pole star, I change my direction by say 30, 40. Yes, correct. This is a good, yes. So just find the pole star and imagine accordingly. How do you know the if the star trail will form? Or how do you decide if the pollution is less or not? Talking with respect to metropolitan cities. So metropolitan cities, the unit of the night sky is Bortle, Bortle. So the unit is from 1 to 9, and Bortle 1 is a sky we see in Ladakh or Mount Everest, and Bortle 9 is we see from Delhi or Mumbai. So Bortle 9 is a bad sky, and 1 is a good sky. So if you live in Ahmedabad, Rajkot, say whatever east city, the city should be in falls in 7, 8, or 9. Portal 7, 8, or 9. And from 7, 8, or 9, you cannot see Milky Way, or you cannot have a good Startrail picture. So for that you need to go below 5, Portal 5 or Portal 4. So you need to find a good image. Even if you say you can observe, you can see the Saptarishi constellation, Saptarishi Tara Mandal, that is Ursa Major. So in Ursa Major, there are many, apart from those seven stars, there are many other stars. So you calculate their stars. So from city, you will not able to get much more than 10 stars, say. But from say dark sky, you will get some 15 stars. From the more dark sky, you will say I'm able to see 25 stars. So like that, you decide the bottle unit. In crowded cities, there is more amount of pollution, and we can hardly see any star. Yes, correct. So what would you say about capturing stars in such situation? In such situation, even if you want to capture star trails from the city, you will get definitely you will get less number of stars. But even if you want to capture, just keep your ISO low. I mean, say 200 or 400, uh, and just try that way. Milky Way directions you mentioned is with respect to your city? No, no, from any part of the northern hemisphere. If you go to any part, the same settings. Uh, you blended the Milky Way from four different images. Are they from different direction, keeping the camera focus from the same? Yes, they are from different because Milky Way is a very wide area. It covers wide area from north to south. So from north to south, you should have a fish eye lens, below say 8 mm lens, but it's very costly. I mean, normal we can't afford it. So if you are say I'm using 11 mm, so 18 mm, I capture different images and just stack it. It will the function is same, fish eye lens and the normal lens, but normal lens will need some post processing like what I showed. What is a step by step procedure? Can you tell the ascending order? Oh, step by step procedure is first to get familiar with the night sky. Okay, to astronom in an astronomical way, not the photographical way. When you learn quite bit of astronomy, uh, or parallelly, you can start the understanding photography aspects also. You start with sun photographs, moon photographs, then what I said, star trails, Milky Way, then go to planetary imaging, go to deep sky objects. But for all this, I say uh, don't buy so many things, because photography is not easy. I mean, when you will say, I have bought the camera for 30,000, but I don't have a shutter speed. So 1,000 rupee shutter speed. I don't have a tripod, so 2,000 rupee tripod. And you say the ascending order will, price will also increase with the ascending order, like telescopes, some other accessories, filters. So that way you should plan. And uh, you will not believe, but I planned, it's a slow process. It's not a fast that in 1 year I will get every equipment and every accessories I need. It took me 10, 12 years to uh, get all these things. So budget is also the main concern. Can we capture startrail on random day? um, on a random day, but not on the full moon day. You just omit the full moon day, and any other day you can capture, because full moon will have dim stars on that day. Okay, star trails can be done from light pollution, but focusing the camera at zenith. No, don't focus your camera on zenith. Have some foreground also. So I have read that we should not buy second hand DSLR from wedding photographers. Reason for this is we have shutter issues. Is it true? We can buy. I mean, second-hand DSLRs. Uh, it's good to have a new, fresh DSLR. I would say, not the second-hand. Yeah, because how many people have used it, and uh, wedding photographers capture thousands of images in a day. So the sensor might have issues, I think. So go for fresh one. I mean, it has got fresh sensor and fresh image collecting property. The sensor has. Okay, so I think the questions are over. Yeah, I can't scroll further down. Okay, okay, welcome. So, like, if you have any
Yeah.
question after the session, also, you can ask me on my Instagram ID. That is, I am Nikunj underscore Raval. I answer all of them. So,
So like we will share your Instagram ID on a like group
yeah, yeah,
or
sure, no
even
problem.
like via mail. So
No problem. Yeah.
yeah. And
And
so if
I insist you because I want to see you emerging photographers or emerging amateur astronomers. So do show me your work. I mean, not to show me, but you to learn yourself and do tag me. I would like to show your see your work when
yeah,
you have some images.
okay.
Okay.
And so if still any question, you can directly like unmute yourself and you can ask if you have
Could you please post your Instagram ID? Yes, why not? And
here only. So
many people are wondering, maybe Yash has introduced, but I'm not uh, a professional photographer or professional astronomer also. It's just my hobby, and but I'm very active in astronomy and even photography. But by profession, I am an instrumentation control system engineer. Uh, Earlier, I used to work with Reliance Industries refinery, and now I'm with Shell refinery. That is Shell Oil Refinery. Yeah,
okay, so it's good, but like the passion it's follow, it's like big thing to
yeah.
follow
And
the passion. And
to follow the passion, uh, people dream. Dream. I mean, they think in their minds. They dream. They imagine. I will do this. I will do this.
yeah,
But ultimately, time is important. I mean,
yeah,
giving time to passion is important. So don't. I mean, you dream, but you also prove it that I have spent 1 hour for this. I have spent 1 hour for this activity. I mean, and it could be any activity. So uh, that
yeah.
way is a good, yeah. So I thank all of you. I mean, yeah, uh, I cannot tell name because there's so many people like Shreya here, Rupali, Ruchira, Rajpal Singh ji, uh, Logesh and Kur, Ambili, Debanjali. Sorry, I issues in pronouncing. Yeah,
Sir, sir,
yeah, sure, good.
yeah. In South India, like I stay in Bangalore, so in South India nearby, which are the good places where we can go and do some photography?
Uh, like Rajpalji, I'm not familiar with Bangalore or Karnataka.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So maybe you can download the light pollution map app. It is
Okay.
there in Play Store, and you just see what are the green or blue areas around your location.
Okay.
So that way you can do.
So like I hope like all the questions are over. So I
Yeah,
like thank you, sir.
I'm ahead of the time, but it's good to finish on
Oh,
time.
okay, sir. So like I'm thank you for it's a fantastic session and like there is a very informative session too.
Mhm. Tomorrow
And
we'll meet again
yeah, yes, sir.
at the same time,
Same
on
time.
the
Yeah,
same link.
same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
But
same
we
link.
will talk about how to capture planets and
Okay.
how to capture nebulas and galaxies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like for the audience, I have one more thing. So in the next week, like in a Sunday, like is a you have to like capture in a Startrails, or if maybe if you don't have any camera setup or DSLR setup, you can maybe capture any like a celestial body in you visible in a night sky. Okay, and you have to I will share your one Google Form link with you. So you have to just add your you have to like capture in maybe in complete week, and then after the week you can finalize your one of the best photo from your side, and
Yeah.
you can just add in a Google Form, and then we will share you, and also like we will check the one of the good photograph from your side also, like sir also help with this, and like we will give who will like we shortlist one person, maybe he or she, So and we will give him or her the prize. It's a making prize and a surprise in prize. So it's a
Oh,
little bit of thing.
yeah, good way.
Yeah, and like and you have to like for the certificate you have to like submit your Google form. Yeah,
Okay, sounds good.
yeah.
So, like,
Uh,
yeah,
1 minute. Sorry for that. Can that photograph be processed soon or the raw photograph you want?
yeah, processed also. Process is also fine. No problem.
Okay, fine.
Because night sky photographs, raw photo doesn't look nice. I mean, it has some issue, some lighting issue, so it needs to, furnish further.
Sir, can you just repeat the different softwares to use to process the thing?
Uh, I'm typing in our chat for Startrails. Yeah, for Startrails, it's Registax, and for Milky Way, any Photoshop is good. Lightroom is also good.
Registax.
Yeah, yeah.
You said some star stacks.
Yeah, others also, but Registax is more better. Some,
Was it all free?
yeah, they're all free. They are available.
Even this Adobe Photoshop also is free.
Photoshop is not free. I mean, Photoshop.
No, you
Uh,
said
Photoshop
Photoshop.
Lightroom is paid version. You don't get free
yeah,
software.
yeah, and you can search. You just type in the Google cracked version or something like that. You'll you'll get many. Yeah, someone has typed. Yeah, thanks, Rupali. Stellarium, Safari, and Google. Correct. Is there any WhatsApp group? No, I think Yash can help to
Yeah,
Debanjali.
it's a WhatsApp group. I will like paste the link in the chat box in a while.
Okay, okay. Thanks, Yash. And thanks for connecting this, Yash.
Yeah.
We'll see tomorrow then. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Good evening.
Yeah.
Good weekend.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day, sir.